Word Wednesdays. So, what are the topics that are up for discussion? It may be love, health, or career. We could discuss the struggle, your worth, or your fears. Word speaks about it all, and all are welcome to pull up a chair. I could care less about your age, race, gender, status, or geographical location. I am here to address these topics every other Wednesday. That's the word, and that's me. I know you all been waiting patiently to sit here with me and sip a cup of tea. The overall message is unity, world peace, and most importantly, LOVE. Welcome back to Word Wednesdays. You are here with me, Nina St. Cyr, the founder of Written Smith 101. If you would like to learn more about me and the services that I offer, please feel free to visit the website at www.writtensmith101.org. Today, the topic that I have chosen to discuss is spiritual levels in love. I will speak about spiritual compatibility, spiritual incompatibility, and the consequences of being with someone who is spiritually incompatible. Now, first, let's talk about spiritual compatibility. When you have found someone who is spiritually compatible to you, this is a relationship that is fulfilling. Of course, you will experience arguments and things of that nature. I mean, what relationship doesn't experience ups and downs? However, this particular union has come together in perfect timing. And by perfect timing, I mean that spiritual lessons on both your side and your partner's side has been learned. And through these lessons, they have established some form of contentment and spiritual peace within themselves. And you too have experienced certain lessons, and you have learned from these lessons and established a form of contentment within self and spiritual peace within self. An example of this is a person who will appear to be humble in nature. This person will be even-tempered and joyful. That will be the personality of a person who is spiritually compatible. Now, we're going to discuss spiritual incompatibility. When you look at spiritual incompatibility, you are looking at a union that has come together in the wrong timing. And by wrong timing, I mean that one or both partners are in the middle of spiritual warfare. This personality traits may appear to be uneasy, jittery, and just all over the place. You know, they will be someone who is on a journey to finding themselves in the middle of self-discovery. They'll be very confused, very uneasy, hot-tempered, easily angered, and someone who has not experienced a level or established a level of contentment and spiritual peace. This is very important because if you are not spiritually connected to your creator, you will be unable to connect with another human being. Because in order to connect with another human being, you would have to be able to connect with self. In order to connect with self, you would have to be able to connect with creator. And people don't understand how important that is to establish a relationship with your creator. And I am not speaking from a religious standpoint. In fact, I have no religion. I am a spiritual person. I am not an atheist. I'm not agnostic. I'm not Christian. I'm not Baptist. So I am not speaking from a biased standpoint. In fact, I am speaking from a rather objective point of view and from experience as well. Now, some people are not connected with the Creator, and they have their own reasons as to why. Some people have been connected in the past, and I guess it didn't sit well with them. Maybe they drifted away. Maybe something happened to pull that person away. However, it is very important for each one of us to form a connection with the Creator. And I mean, I'm not rushing anyone, nor am I encouraging anyone to run to the nearest church. No, I'm not. I'm encouraging people to become spiritually aware, because if you are looking to connect with your, what some may call it, a soulmate, you have to first be in tune with your own soul. And in order to establish that, you have to have a connection to the Creator, because that is the only way that you will be able to connect thoroughly with your own soul, with your own spiritual being, is through the relationship of the connector, of the Creator. Now, the last thing I'm going to discuss is the consequences of being with someone who is spiritually incompatible. Now, this is very tricky, um, because people look at this in different ways. Some may say that this is bad luck. So when you are in a union with a person who is spiritually incompatible, and you have noticed that the two of you are in a spiritually incompatible union, and you have not taken any steps to dissolve such union, you will suffer for being involved in such a union. And as I said earlier, some call this a form of bad luck. While you're with this person, you would experience issues where you will be placed in situations that are very negative. You will have negative thoughts, negative feelings. Some may have suicidal thoughts, um, bouts of depression. You will basically take on the same characteristics that your partner has taken on. And you will also be prone to indirect spiritual attacks. Now, what do I mean by indirect spiritual attacks? These spiritual attacks are attacks that are sent to a human, mankind or womankind, from the Creator. And these attacks are basically placed upon us to wake us up. And it is not a physical attack. It is not like someone coming down from heaven to beat you up. That's not what that attack is. This attack can have an effect on one's money, one's health, one's personality, in any aspect of your life that is supposed to be thriving. These areas of your life will be affected. That is a spiritual attack. And the reason why people experience these spiritual attacks is because there's a lesson behind them. And many times it is a piece of karma. So it's a debt that's being repaid for someone that you have hurt or wronged in the past. If you have not cleared that debt and you are in a union with a person who is spiritually incompatible, whether you are the person who are spiritually incompatible or your partner is, both you and your partner will be prone to spiritual attacks. Now, the one who is spiritually incompatible will be prone to heavier attacks than the one who is not. And that is what you call indirect spiritual attacks. So if the person who is dealing with spiritual warfare is being affected through means of money, their money will come up short, their businesses will fail, their careers will fail. Anything involving money and money dealings, they won't have negotiation abilities. It just, certain things will not pan out when it pertains to the arena of money. You may be attacked in another arena. You may have attacks directed towards your family. One of your friends or family members may fall to illness, unplanned pregnancies, erratic behavior from your family members. You'll notice, because you will see that that person is not content within themselves. And it will affect you, but it will affect you indirectly because you are in a union that is incompatible. And that is the consequence of being with someone who is spiritually incompatible. So I'm going to wrap it up. The main reason why I decided to discuss this topic is because a lot of people wonder why a large number of relationships and marriages do not work out. And this is the reason why. Because you or your mate is not on the same spiritual wavelength as the other. And without being on that spiritual wavelength, you will not be able to experience success within your union. So be careful of who you choose to sleep with, because that is also a spiritual connection. So you have to value yourselves, your bodies, your minds, and your spirit, because it is all one. In order to find love, you have to first find love within Creator. Then you will be able to discover love within self. And from self-love, you will be able to discover and experience love between you and another. And I will see you in 2 weeks. And I wish all of you a happy happy holiday and happy new year. I should be back before then or a little after then. I didn't really mark my calendar. But I wish you all love, peace, and joy. I'll see you soon.